I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Wednesday, December the 7th. Brought to you in part by the International Brangus Breeders Association. Do you like early maturing females that are proven to be among the longest lasting? Brangus heifers are known for their maternal excellence and a quick breed back. Build with Brangus to build your bottom line. For more information or to find a breeder near you, visit GoBrangus.com. Still a big push for these heavy yearling feeders around. By most of the years at this point in time here and getting into December, people would have already given up on trying to make the April board as far as on a hedge. But guys are still buying these big yearling feeders, hoping to make that, because this year the drop off is about $9 going from April to June as far as a hedge on the out front live cattle board. But you look at the futures live cattle February contract, Monday was up 10 cents, Tuesday was up 207, December spot live cattle at 109.85, still a pretty decent basis to what the cash fat cattle market is, which is unusual for the late fall of the year. Look at feeder cattle. They were trading lower earlier in the day on Monday, but ended up just down 27 cents after corn was up big on Monday, up 12 cents from impressive exports. Tuesday, January feeders were up 2.52 to end the day on Tuesday at 126.85. Look at your weighted average on last week's fat cattle trade, 98,900 head, and we've been seeing that real close to 100,000 almost every week for the last several months. Weighted average on live steers, 114.03. And you think, gosh, it seemed like 115 and a half was the market. Yeah, but they sold so much off the market last week. And then a lot of guys came in, I shouldn't say a lot, but several guys come in later in the week after that basis got so big and took less money and ended up netting more for their fats after that board drop. But you know, we're $1, $1.50 off the top here on the weighted average, but 114.03 was up 298 from the previous week. Dress steers averaged 174.85, which was real close to what the market was at 175, but should have been up a little more than that, but up $1.82 compared to the previous week. But this week, we're not counting on a big trade or higher trade this week. It's going to be hard. Steady would definitely be a victory, even though we've seen these over $2 plus gains on Tuesday. But still, with that big basis in there, these feedlots are just not going to be very hard to trade with. And if the packers would come across with anything decent, they'd probably jump at it to put that $4 on and to get their bottom line up there where it ought to be. But we've already seen a few cattle trade on Monday at $1.12 when everything was kind of lower to start out with, and that ended up with about $1.16 or better if they were hedged feeders, which most everybody is. But we did see 600 to 700 head trade for $1.12 on Monday. That's not the market though, but you know, I bet if they come in there with $1.14, it wouldn't take much to get all of this week's cattle traded. But you look at your cash feeder cattle market, 8,800 head in Oklahoma City. I stopped at Oklahoma City there on the way back from the Missouri Livestock Symposium there over the weekend, and they was sure lower, and you could tell that just walking in and sitting down for a few minutes. It was sure lower. Feeder cattle steady to $5 lower. Steer calves steady to $3 lower. Where I sure saw it, and it was evident, was on the heifer calves, $2 to $6 lower. And a lot of that lower, especially on the calves, is because it's just plainer kind. Just, you know, not the fanciest calves in the world, colored up quite a bit, put together. The flesh condition on them and the weighing condition was not the same, which is kind of a heads up for thrown together kind of calves. But you know, it sure wasn't a very impressive trade there early Monday anyway. You look at Joplin, they had 9,400 head on Monday. Feeders there $2 to $5 lower. The edge is just off of this thing, and we're getting close to the holidays here, and there's just not this big push that we had last week and the prior weeks for several weeks in a row there. calves were steady to $5 lower for the most part, except for Pee-wee steers there in Joplin, and they were steady to $5 higher. And those little bitty Pee-wee steers just give you so many options. There's so many times to sell those cattle. You can hold them and kind of background them a little bit, and you know, if we happen to have some wheat to turn them out on later, you can put them there. If we have some early grass, you can put them there, and there's just so many options on those little bitty lightweight cattle. But still, the big demand for these big yearling steers weighing in the heavy 8-9 weight range there. We saw that last week in a lot of your sales up in the northern plains, getting way up in the 30s for some 8-weight steers. But look here, I noticed there was a couple loads late in the evening at Winter Livestock in La Junta, Colorado for some 9-weight steers at 131. But look on Cattle Market Central here in Creighton, Nebraska, at the Creighton Livestock Market, 181 steers weighing 926. That's 3 big loads of steers, and they're black, white face. Tuesday evening at 6:50 in the evening, just 10 minutes till 7. Bring 133.50, and that adds up to a lot of dollars, and they're hoping to push those through the feedlot pretty fast and get them somewhere close to that April board. That's 3 minutes, and we'll talk to you on Friday.